Hey guys, I'm on the road again and thought I'd make a video so we don't miss too many classes together. So today we have Shaolin Gong and then the 5 elements. And if we have time, we can also do a little bit of the bird from 5 animal play. So let's go ahead and get in our basic stance. Feet are shoulder width apart, slight bend in the knee, elevate through the top of the head like there's a hook pulling you toward the ceiling, tip of the tongue and the roof of your mouth. Drop your shoulders down onto your rib cage. Tailbone sinks toward the floor like there's a weight pulling it down, and the knees are over the balls of the feet. So let's start with our head and neck rotations, and we'll rotate gently to the side, back to the center, and so forth. So we'll rotate toward the side while breathing out, and back to the center while breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in, and continue. And one more each direction. And then we'll do head and neck flexion and extensions. So the chin will come down to the chest. And then rise up just past neutral. And breathing out. And breathing in. And continue. And we'll do shoulder rotations, slightly different than our usual because we have a similar movement that would be basically duplicating coming up. So we'll do this alternative here. So we're doing windmills. I'm going to move so that I'm not hitting the curtain here. So you're staying in your basic stance, just alternating which arm, making big windmill circles with your arms and really rolling through that shoulder range of motion. And as always, if you have any injuries or discomfort, modify the movement so that it's comfortable for you. Can be smaller, can be slower, and whatever you need to be comfortable. And we're going to reverse directions. And then we will do shoulder rolls. First, we'll go from front to back. And breathe out, then in. Breathe out, then in. And reversing directions, going from back to front. Breathing in and out, in and out. And we'll do wrist and forearm rotations here. So we'll bring our palms in, backs of the hands together, through, palms up, in, backs together, through, up, in, together, and through, and continue. Then put the backs of your hands together and we're going to reverse the direction. So we'll scoop down and then through, palms up, backs together, down, then through, backs together, down, and through, backs together, and continue. And then bringing the arms down. And let's do our prayer hands. So bring the hands back up, prayer hands, and we'll rotate the tips of the fingers toward the chest, expanding a little bit through the back and the shoulders to accommodate the hands. And then out. And breathing in and out. And continue. Then bringing our hands down to our hips and widen your stance. And we'll do hula hoop hips. And so we'll go hip to the side, to the front, to the side, and back, side, front, side, and back, and smooth it out and make big circles. And other direction. And we'll do our much smaller tailbone circles. So bring the feet in just a little and visualize a laser pointer on the tip of your tailbone, making tiny circles on the floor. Circles will be like that, very small movement. So little circles with that laser pointer. And switch directions. Then we'll work on our knees. So everybody grab a chair. You can do this standing or seated. It's essentially the same movement. If you're standing, this is going to be your weighted or posted leg. This is the active leg. One hand on the chair and the outer leg is up with the knees slightly bent. And if you're in the chair, you will essentially do a similar thing, just sitting. And so you'll bring your leg forward, extend it out. You're not going to lock, so stop short of locking, and then bring it back. And again, you'll stop short of a full movement there. So we're going through most of the range of motion, not the entire range of motion. If you have any discomfort, modify. You can make it a smaller movement, you can go slower if need be. And we're basically just loosening up that joint. And we'll go to the other foot. And hand on the chair, weighted leg, active leg, slightly off the floor, and then extending out, stopping short of locking, bringing back, and again, stopping short of the full movement. Out, in, extend, and flex, and going gently through the range of motion. Then we'll go to ankles. And ankles, similarly, you can do seated or standing. And if you're standing, you have the option to rotate on the ball of your foot or rotate the foot in the air. So I'm going to demo with the foot on the floor. We'll back up a little for the camera. And rotating in one direction. And other direction. And then we'll go to the other foot. And same on this side, you can either do with the foot extended, leg extended out, do that in the air, or you can do with the ball of the foot on the floor. And I'll demo with the ball of the foot on the floor. So we're rotating in one direction. And other direction. All right, next we're going to do our crossbody movements. So everybody take a seat for this one. And extend your arms out over your head. Settle back into your chair, back against the chair. And you'll be raising one knee and tapping with the opposite hand. And so we'll go opposite, 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 and continue on. And you can choose to move to your ankle or stay at your knee. Ankle looks like this. And you can choose to move to your toes or stay at your ankles. And the toes look like this. All right, great job on that section. And let's move to picking up the moon from the sea bottom, or retrieving the moon from the sea bottom. So I'll have, you can stand if you want to stand, or you can do this sitting. If you choose to do it sitting, sitting on the edge of your chair, and then you'll mimic our motion for the upper body, just kind of using the chair as a leverage point, and just make sure you have a good balance and you're firmly seated, but forward enough that you can move. So I'm going to demo from standing from here on out. Standing, you have options. So we'll be in our basic stance, feet shoulder width apart. And then bring your hands in front of you like you have a globe or a big, like a basketball. And the movement essentially can be as large or small as you want it to be. So you have the option to come just slightly down and then raise the ball overhead, or you can come down further, raise the ball overhead, or if your balance is good and you're feeling okay with the movement, you can come all the way down and raise the ball overhead. So pick the movement that works for you. There's no right or wrong, there's just what works for your body. And let's all go ahead with the movement. And I'm going to be switching between the different levels throughout the demo, or throughout our movements. So bringing the ball in front of you, and let's do 10 of these together. And breathing out, and breathing in, breathing out, and breathing in, breathing out, 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 breathing in, and continue. And last one. And then all of my students know our wall push-up. So I'm going to have you pause the recording here, step away to the wall, and knock out 10 wall push-ups. You'll be about 2 feet back from the wall, hands planted on the wall at chest level, and leaning in, making a push-up, and pushing yourself back out. And don't forget to turn your head to the side so you don't bump your nose. All right, so everybody break, give me 10 wall push-ups. All right, fantastic. Grab a sip of water as well, and then come right back here, and then we'll start in with our Shaolin Gong series. So for the Shaolin Gong, we will be in our basic stance again, feet shoulder width apart, and we'll start with our hands here. And I'm going to demo this, and then we can do it together. So you're at lower abdomen, lower belly level, and then your hands are going to wrap around and go to your back. So they're flat on your back and close together. And then hands are going to push out. Push your chest out like you're rising from a chair. So showing from the front angle, Hands are here. They'll rotate around, touch each other in the back, and then push up and out like you're pushing off a chair. So let's do those together. So hands wrap around, touch each other, and push up and push out. Think of pushing yourself up off a chair or off a table. Wrap around, push yourself up. And then sink as you come forward, rise as you go backwards, wrapping around, pushing yourself up. Coming forward, sinking, palms forward, wrapping around, pushing up and out. Sinking, and then rising and pushing out. You can play with the breath for this and find the pattern that works for you. And continue. And we'll go to our next movement, keep the same stance, and bring in the hands to about chest level here. And you can see that they are vertical. The movement is going to be pushing 7 carts forward. So we'll bring our hands forward and body will sink. Hands backward as we rise and sinking and rising. And try breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in, breathe out. And one more. And we're going to change the hands and arms slightly, and we'll bring them out, but they'll rotate. The backs will be close together. Then we'll bring them back and rotate as they go out and back, bringing the backs of the hands together and bringing the hands back and sinking and rising and breathing in and breathing out. Or you can reverse that breathing pattern if that works better for you. And continue. And for the next movement, I'm going to back up a little so you can see hands over the head. And so we'll start with our hands about at hip level. And again, we're in basic stance, knees are slightly bent. And the arms will sweep gently over the head and then arc. So you're over the head, palms up, and then you're gonna push like you're pushing away the ceiling and sink. Bring the hands down the midline, breathing in, and then push up at the end like you're pushing against the floor, and then sweeping in an arc over the head, pushing up, bringing the hands back down the midline, rising, pushing up, and breathing in. And breathing out. And if that's too long of a breath, you can substitute any breathing that works well for you. Just natural breathing is fine. And let's continue and do several of these together. I'm going to back up a little more. And one more. And for the next one, we'll have one natural step forward. Back foot goes 45 degrees and a slight bend in the knees. And for this one, you want to be able to rock back and forward and keep your balance. So play with your stance. Make sure you're not too narrow, not too wide. And your weight should be here. So your balance is here. So you're not tipped too forward or backwards. And so we'll start with our hands at the hips. And as we shift forward, the arms are going to come out. And I'll back up so you can see. The palms will be facing down. And then we'll bring it back in, flipping the palms so they're up, coming into the waist. And then shifting out and in. And rotating palms down. And then palms up. And breathing out. And in. And continue. Then bring this foot back to meet the other foot. Step forward with the other foot and rotate the back foot 45 degrees. Slight bend in your knees. Check your balance in your stance. Make sure you're balanced, centered here. And when you go forward or back, you don't feel like you're falling. All right, so if everybody's balanced, your stance is good, then let's start on this side. So we'll start with your palms up, hands at your waist, and then forward, extending out, palms down, and coming back, and forward, palms up, palms down, And breathing in and out. And continue. Then bring this leg back to meet the other leg. And our final movement of this series will be the first movement of the other series. So it is called Wind Sways the Willow in Shaolin Neigong, and it will be the first movement in the next series, which we'll talk about after we finish as the wind sways the willow. So let's bring our hands up right in front of us, and we're going to extend our arms out, palms up, and then bring them back in, palms down, and button up your shoulder blades as you do this to really open the chest. And breathe in and out, in and out, and continue. And we're going to transition seamlessly into the 5 elements here. So you are already doing the first movement, which is the metal or lung element. And continue on for a few more. Then bring your hands back to midline, and we'll go to our next element, which is water or kidney. And you're still in your basic stance, and you'll put one hand palm onto your lower back, back of the hand onto your lower back. And with this hand, you're going to bring the arm up, scooping motion, palm up, flip the hand as it goes overhead, and come back around, palm down. The movement is not as large in this series as it is in some others. So you're going to be moving from this area, and you're not going to be doing a lot of hip rotation. So movement from the level of the kidneys or the lower back, smaller movement of the trunk than the warm-up series, which involves the hips. So let's go ahead and give that a try. And so again, back of the hand in your lower back, scooping up, rotate, and coming down, palm down, scooping up, rotate, flips the hand so the palm's down, and breathing in, and breathing out, and continue. Then take the back of this hand into the lower back, and we'll scoop with this arm, scooping up. Flip the palm to palm down, and scooping up. and palm down, scooping up, and palm down, and breathing in and out, and continue. And coming back to center, and we will do the wood element, which is the liver. So bringing the hands to the edge of the lower ribs, you're going to extend one hand out, palm down, and then as you're bringing that back, the other hand is going to extend out, the palms are going to flip, and you'll have a rotation that's through the upper back. And then the other part of this is keeping the elbows in, rubbing the ribs as you're coming in and out. So very tight movement. And choose a breathing pattern that works for you. And we'll continue. And come back to center. And the next movement is fairly complex, but I will talk you through it. And so we'll start with our hands at our hip level, and we are in our basic stance, feet shoulder width apart. Think of this as holding a bowl. And then the hands are going to rotate out to the side. And the visual I have from my teacher is like a Greek senator or Greek orator when they're giving a speech. So they kind of fling their arms out like that. So that's going to be called the orator. And then when you're there, you're going to flip your palms. So we're here, flip the wrists and palms. So you're facing out, flip so the palms are then facing out from the backs of the hands to the palms. So that will be flip. And then there's going to be push with the lower arm and block. So it will look like this. So we'll go bowl, orator, flip, push, and block. Then we're going to go to the other side. So we'll come back and we'll go through bowl, orator, flip, push, and block. Bowl, orator, flip, push, and block. Bowl, orator, flip, push, and block. And continue. So we go bowl, orator, flip, push, and block. 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 And then continue at your own pace. And you may notice that the push and block become simultaneous, but you can break them up if that is easier. Again, do the pattern that works the best for you. And 2 more. And back to center. And the last one is fairly straightforward. So you'll, again, we're in basic stance. Bring the hands up the midline, make a kind of a diamond shape with your hands like a viewfinder, and go a couple inches higher than your eyes, slight tilt upwards so you're gazing through the viewfinder. Then you'll take a breath in, and we're going to rotate to the side while letting in the breath out. So breathe in, and breathe out, and rotate. And breathe in, and breathe out, or rotating. Breathe in, and breathe out. And continue. And one more. And return to center. And down. And let's close out of these series, breathing in and breathing out. And shake it off a little bit. I'm going to check on the time, see how much time we have for a bird. I'm going to go ahead and include this, and if you guys get short on class time, you can always just stop the video here. So for bird, we have our 5 animal play series, and we've done a little bit with most of the animals. So just a reminder, bird, the hands, the fingers are feathers. So think of it as very feathery in the movement and kind of light and graceful. And the breathing for bird is as you're breathing in, the chest will puff up like a bird chest. And even though you say you come to the end of your breath, the chest will continue to inflate. So it looks kind of like this. So you don't have to incorporate that with the movement. That is an option. So we'll go ahead and have a refresher on our lower body movement, our leg movement. So just a reminder, with the 5 animals, we use the chicken step. So we'll bring the foot into the other ankle and then step out. Foot into the ankle and step out, and so forth. And so incorporating the upper body, we'll have our bird fingers. And as we step in, we're going to have the bird fingers this direction, step out, spread them open, step in, step out and open, step in, step out and open, step in, step out and open, and so forth. And I'm going to back up and do that again. And so as we're stepping in, we're closed. Stepping out, we open. Step in, closed. Step out, open. So let's go ahead and do about 5 of those. And when you come to the end of the 5, you can turn around and come back and do 5 more. And so stepping in, closed, out, open, 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 and turn in any manner that is comfortable for you. Then we'll go back the way that we came. And so we'll go closed and open, closed and open, closed and open, closed and open, closed and open. Now that you have kind of the basic close open pattern, we're going to do some variations on that. And so the first one is we're going to cross our wings coming in. So we start here and then we cross them as we bring our foot in. Then we're going to open as we step out. So we cross and open, cross and open, cross and open, cross and open, and cross and open. And I'm going to back up, but you can turn in any manner that is comfortable for you. And then we'll do 5 more of these. And this time, do them on your own at your own pace. And here we go. And we'll turn around in any manner that's comfortable for you. And resume. And then we can go to our next variation, and that is bird spreading its wings. And so again, as you come in, you'll cross, and then instead of just opening, you'll continue the movement so that your arms are fully extended. And coming in, cross and extend, cross and extend. So let's go ahead and do 5. When we come to the end of the 5, turn in any way that is comfortable for you, and then we'll walk back the direction that you came and do 5 more. Here we go. Then we'll turn and walk back and do another 5. And the final variation that we'll do, this is optional, so you can stay with the last one. This one does require some balance, so if it's a not so great balance day, stick with the last version, or you can do this one with a chair and just kind of do it in place. So for this one, we will cross just as we did while bringing the foot in. And we're going to extend the arms out just like we did, but we're also going to raise one leg. And then step forward. And as you're bringing this foot in, cross, arms out, raising the leg. And it's fine to bring a toe down at any time for balance. And bringing that foot in, crossing, arms extend out, leg up, and bringing the foot in, arms crossing, arms extend out, leg up. So let's do those together. We'll do 5, turn in any manner that's comfortable for you, come back and do another 5. All right, let's do those together. And then we'll go back the other direction. All right, guys, great job, great job. All right, well, let's close out class for today. And reminder on the closing, we will pull chi from heaven, from the middle, and from earth 3 times in each. And when you get to the earth, go down as far as is comfortable. So you can go down this far and gather, you can go down this far and gather, or you can go all the way down, but do what is comfortable for you and works with your balance. So let's pull from heaven, breathing in and out, breathing in and out, breathe in and out. Pull from the middle, breathe in and out, breathe in and out, breathe in and out. And pull from the earth, breathe in and out, breathe in and out, breathe in and out. Then place your hands on your belly, make a little diamond shape with your belly button in the middle. Close your eyes and take 3 big, deep breaths in and out. And that concludes today's class. Thank you. We'll see you in person.